Hi, today we're going to talk about how to conduct a content analysis. This is your week 5 lecture for the study of content analysis. Content analysis is a research tool. Content analysis can determine the presence of certain words or concepts within text or sets of text. Researchers quantify and analyze the presence, meanings, and relationship of such words and concepts, then make inferences about messages within the text. The writer, the audience, and even the culture and the time of which these are a part. Text can be defined broadly as books, book chapters, essays, interviews, discussions, newspaper headlines and articles, historical documents, speeches, conversations, advertising, theater, informal conversation, or really any occurrence of communicative language. So in today's world, we would even include the media, such as tweets, Facebook posts, etc. Text in the single study may also represent a variety of different types of occurrences, such as Palmquist's 1990 study of 2 composition classes, in which he analyzed students and teacher interviews, writing journals, classroom discussions and lectures, and out-of-classroom interaction sheets. To conduct a content analysis on any such text is coded or broken down into manageable categories on a variety of levels: word, word sense, phrase, sentence, or theme, and then examined using one of the content analysis basic methods: conceptual analysis or relational analysis. This is going to be important for your final paper. So let's try to get a handle on this content analysis tool. It's used in qualitative analysis papers. There's 2 categories of content analysis, as we talked about last time. Conceptual analysis can be thought as establishing the existence and frequency of concepts, most often represented by words or phrases in a text. For instance, say you have a hunch that your favorite poet often writes about hunger. With conceptual analysis, you can determine how many times words such as hunger, hungry, famished, or starving appear in the volume of poems. Relational analysis goes one step further by examining the relationships among the context. Returning to the hunger example, with relational analysis, you could identify what other words or phrases hunger or famish appear next to, and then determine what difference the meanings emerge as a result of these groupings. What is conceptual analysis? What is conceptual analysis? Traditionally, content analysis has most often been thought of in terms of conceptual analysis. In conceptual analysis, the concept is chosen for examination, and the analysis involves quantifying and tallying its presence. Also known as the thematic analysis, the focus here is on looking at the occurrence of selected terms within a text or texts, although the terms may be implicit as well as explicit. While explicit terms obviously are easy to identify, coding for implicit terms and deciding their level of implication is complicated by the need to base judgments on somewhat subjective system. To attempt to limit the subjectivity, then, as well as to limit the problems of reliability and validity, coding such as implicit terms usually involves the use of either a specialized dictionary or contextual translation rules, and sometimes both are used. Steps for conducting conceptual analysis. The following discussions of steps can be followed to the code of text or set of texts. You can tell I like to use steps, huh? Step 1. Decide the level of analysis. Step 2. Decide how many concepts to code for. Step 3. Decide whether to code for existence or frequency of a concept. Step 4. Decide on how you will distinguish among concepts. Step 5. Develop rules for coding your text. Step 6. Decide what to do with irrelevant information. Step 7. Code the text. Step 8. Analyze your results. During conceptual analysis, use campaign speeches made by Bill Clinton during 1992 presidential campaign as an example. To read each step in detail, go to the link I have below. What is a relational analysis? Relational analysis is, like conceptual analysis, begins with the act of identifying concepts present in a given text or set of texts. However, relational analysis seeks to go beyond presence by exploring the relationships between the concepts identified. Relational analysis has also been termed systemic analysis by Palmquist, Carley, and Dale in 1997. In other words, the focus of relational analysis is to look for semantic and then meaningful relationships. Individual concepts in and of themselves are viewed as having no inherent meaning. Rather, meaning is a product of the relationship among concepts in a text. Carley in 1992 asserts that the concepts are ideation kernels. These kernels can be thought of as symbols which acquire meaning through their connections to other symbols. Steps for conducting a relational analysis. The following discussion of steps, or perhaps more accurately strategies, can be followed to code a text or set of text during relational analysis. These explanations are accompanied by examples of relational analysis possibilities for statements made by Bill Clinton during the 1998 hearings. To read about these steps in detail, go to the link I have below. Be sure to identify the question, choose a sample or sample for analysis, determine the type of analysis, reduce the text to categories, and code for words or patterns. Explore the relationships between concepts, strength, sign, and direction. Code the relationships, perform statistical analysis, and map out these representations. For more in-depth information on concept analysis, look at the Bush, DeMariette, Flynn, Callum, Myers, etc. Paper on content analysis, writing at CSU, Colorado State University. The link is provided. Now that you understand content analysis, it's time to get to work. This is the end of your Week 5 lecture for EVSP 500.